for a mic, and he's lucky I grabbed a bit of paper because I went for my mic. As soon as he touched my face, I reached to my right. I grabbed my name tag, which was a light bit of paper, but I actually reached for the mic and I was ready to fucking lash out around his head, but he got lucky that time because I reached for
had to pay substantial damages and costs for, and this was and this would probably go the same way. That's
Fabio Wardley detonates the boxing world by filing a lawsuit against Tyson Fury after a press conference erupted into violence, and chaos now bleeds into every corner of the sport. Wardley refuses to stay silent, launching legal war after Fury's unhinged theatrics shocked the room, hinting the Gypsy King finally crossed a fatal line. This lawsuit pours gasoline on a rivalry already boiling, leaving fans frozen, pundits roaring, and the tension between these heavyweights violently shifting from trash talk to a courtroom showdown.
Chaos, it tells the fight, and it does this and that, but some of the shit he was talking is too much. Like, don't talk to me that way. Like, I've had it before with loud opponents that want to talk all loud and aggressive, and we've seen all what's happened today.
Eddie Hearn steps into the fire to address Fabio Wardley's lawsuit against Tyson Fury, and he speaks with brutal clarity. Hearn makes it clear that brushing this off isn't an option, because the line has already been crossed. Fury's press conference behavior wasn't playful bravado, it was reckless chaos, and the consequences are now unavoidable. The lawsuit becomes a warning shot, proving that even boxing's biggest stars can't outrun accountability.
Oh, lawsuits, and I'm not into them. But what's the choice you got? You forget about it and the damage that he's done.
Frank Warren fires back at the press conference chaos, branding it utterly absurd as the situation spirals out of control. He warns that these pointless scuffles and petty scratches poison what should be a clean promotional moment, instantly turning hype into havoc. Warren stresses how fast things can derail, where even small injuries carry massive consequences, and unchecked tempers invite disaster. The headlines may feast on the drama, but beneath the noise lies a dangerous road that threatens to consume the sport itself.
I mean, it's ridiculous, and you see these scuffles and all this nonsense at press conferences, and that is where it goes wrong. There's a little cut, I don't know how bad it is, I've not had a chance to speak to anybody.
Tyson Fury unloads on Fabio Wardley after their explosive press conference, sneering that Wardley is worthless and beneath his notice, making it brutally clear he wants nothing to do with him. Fury's tirade is sharp, soaked in ego and dominance, broadcasting that the Gypsy King is back, unshaken, and hunting control. The verbal assault throws gasoline on a blazing rivalry, locking fans onto every second.
Foreign prick, I've got no interest in him at all. Gypsy King's back.
Eddie Hearn steps in to frame the fallout, warning that the situation is far more dangerous and tangled than it appears. While Fury's words and actions dominate headlines and social feeds, Hearn makes it clear the real burden now crashes down on Wardley and his team. They're forced to navigate a minefield, juggling legal pressure, public perception, and the raw emotional wreckage left behind by a press conference that spiraled violently out of control.
See what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Frank Warren branding it unbelievable crap only deepens the stain surrounding Tyson Fury, amplifying just how ugly and uncontrolled this entire saga has become. Instead of walking away like a true champion, Fury's name keeps resurfacing in one storm after another, chained to controversy, fair losses, endless excuses, press conference chaos, and now this spectacle pileup. Fans aren't fooled anymore, patience is gone, and Fury is being dragged relentlessly as the drama refuses to die.
While the fighters' hands get wrapped in front of somebody from the opposing camp, he then signs off on it. They then glove up again in front of somebody from the opposing camp. They normally then wrap some tape around the laces, and then he signs off. That's the end of his job. Fighters go to the ring, the referee then inspects them again, you see him do it, and that's it. It's just total, unbelievable crap. And why this moron has brought this up, I do not know. I don't know where he's going with it. You know, he got beat fair and square, Fraser acknowledged that, and that's the end of it.
Dave Caldwell absolutely nails it, cutting through the noise with brutal honesty. Press conference theatrics are one thing, but the moment Fury starts laying hands on someone, a dangerous line is crossed. This isn't banter anymore, it's reckless behavior. The fun and games excuse collapses instantly, and fans are justified in calling Fury out for acting like he's untouchable and above the rules.
Because that's a little bit naughty. Because I know it's all, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it.
Eddie Hearn attempting to justify Fury's reaction only pours fuel on the fire and makes the situation look even uglier. World champions are expected to master control, not snap over words and shoves. Dragging mums or bruised egos into it doesn't excuse physical action. Fury claims the heavyweight crown, yet here he is reacting like a street brawler, handing critics fresh ammunition to tear him apart.
Buns, when someone shoves you like that, when someone starts talking about your mum, no man, look, I'm a complete pussy, right? If you start talking about my mum and all this other stuff, I'm going to have a pop at you. I can't fight it, but I don't care, I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion. If you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's going to react. And what
Simon Jordan brushing it off like this is exactly why Tyson Fury keeps skating past consequences while the chaos keeps growing. Yes, boxing has always flirted with ugly moments, but that history isn't a license to normalize madness. Spitting, shoving, chair throwing, screaming in faces, none of it makes a fighter scarier or tougher, it just drags the sport deeper into disorder. Fury isn't some desperate prospect clawing for attention. He's meant to be an experienced heavyweight leader, a standard bearer. When people shrug and say, "I'm not offended," it quietly hands him a free pass to keep pushing boundaries. Fans aren't gasping anymore. They're cringing. And with every excuse, Fury's reputation absorbs another unnecessary blow, bleeding credibility while the embarrassment lingers.
I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? We saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended.
Adam Smith brushing it off as just the fight business feels like a weak shield for behavior that keeps spiraling. Yes, boxing is raw, emotional, and volatile, but there's a sharp line between controlled intensity and total loss of composure. This moment didn't make Fury look feared or dangerous, it made him look shaken, exposed, rattled. True hype is forged through skill, legacy, and dominant performances, not chaos erupting at face-offs. Turning every press conference into a traveling circus doesn't elevate the fight, it distracts from it, pulling attention away from what actually matters once the bell rings. Fury doesn't need this brand of promotion to sell his name or his legacy, yet once again the conversation isn't about greatness, tactics, or history, it's about drama, disorder, and damage control. That repetition speaks volumes. When the noise keeps drowning out the achievement, it starts shaping perception, and Fury's image now feels less like a calculated aura and more like a pattern slipping out of control.
Fans, do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens.
Duke McKenzie finally voices what many fans have whispered for years, and it lands like a quiet bomb. Tyson Fury's resume, stripped of noise and mythology, doesn't fully match the towering way he's been sold. Yes, he's beaten good names, but greatness lives in a harsher category. Defeating Fabio Wardley wouldn't suddenly reshape history or seal immortality. Legends are forged through relentless elite victories, not selective peaks, hype cycles, and endless explanations. Fury's loyal fan base rushes to shield him, but when the curtain is pulled back, the record struggles to stand tall beside the true all-time heavyweight giants. That gap is why moments like this sting so deeply. When legacy is constantly debated instead of assumed, every action is magnified. Behavior starts to matter as much as belts, and chaos only sharpens the questions surrounding what Fury really leaves behind.
See, Fury's got his own fans and people that think that he is a legend, and one thing and another. Well, that's all well and good, but you've got to look at his resume. It doesn't stack up. Not to the great fighters. It doesn't stack up. So, he is where he is. Like I say, if he beat Fabio Wardley, that doesn't make him great. That doesn't make him great.
Fabio Wardley's confidence isn't hollow noise or empty bravado, it's sharp, calculated belief built on timing and opportunity. Younger, fresher, and burning with hunger, He sees fractures in Tyson Fury that others are only now beginning to admit exist. If Deontay Wilder could put Fury on the floor, Wardley believes he can do far worse, and that realization sends a chill through Fury's supporters. This isn't disrespect dressed up as trash talk, it's a clear warning. Wardley isn't chasing a paycheck or a moment in the spotlight. He's hunting a defining statement. Fury's legendary durability has limits, and time erodes even the toughest armor. If this fight ever materializes, the danger won't be theoretical, it will be immediate and unforgiving. The heavyweight division lives for moments like this, when belief collides with legacy and everything suddenly feels possible.
I'm a bit younger, a bit fresher, got a few more tricks in my pocket, so if Wilder can do it, I can do it. I can get Fury out of there.
Do you see that? If that's a fight that happens, you see yourself knocking him out?
Yeah, 100%. I see myself getting him out. I can actually see it as well because I know I can get to him.
Fraser Clarke cuts straight to the truth when he breaks down Fabio Wardley's most dangerous traits, and it paints a grim picture for anyone standing across from him. Raw power, relentless grit, and unbreakable toughness define Wardley, but he's far more than just a heavy-handed puncher. He's persistent, durable, and mentally locked in, the kind of fighter who doesn't fade when things get ugly. Warriors like Wardley don't survive on technique alone. They drag heart, stamina, and fearless intent into every exchange. Clark's first-hand experience gives the warning real weight. Taking shots from Wardley isn't just painful, it sends a message. Fury should be cautious, because Wardley's blend of brute force and stubborn resilience allows him to soak up pressure, stay calm under fire, and ruthlessly punish mistakes. This isn't manufactured hype or promotional noise. It's a clear signal to anyone tempted to overlook him. Wardley's growing skill set, discipline, and controlled aggression make him a genuine danger to any heavyweight alive, and his ascent feels like a perfect storm of power and mindset, building momentum and aiming directly at the summit of the division.
With Fabio Wardley on a couple of occasions, what are his biggest qualities?
Well, you don't need me to tell you nothing more than he can punch very hard. You only have to ask my face. Yeah, he can really bang, and he's gritty. He's tough and he's gritty. That's definitely his strength.
Derek Chizora's praise lifts Fabio Wardley into rare territory, and while calling him the white Muhammad Ali sounds wild, it's really a nod to something deeper. It's recognition of Wardley's sharp boxing IQ, elite timing, and ruthless adaptability. His ability to control opponents with both intelligence and power feels unique in today's heavyweight landscape. Chizora makes one thing unmistakably clear: you cannot fight Wardley in a conventional way. He disrupts rhythm, builds pressure, and adjusts on the fly, turning fights into mental and physical traps. That unpredictability is what makes him so dangerous. For Fury or any other top heavyweight, overlooking Wardley wouldn't just be a mistake, it would be disastrous. Chizora's warning reinforces a growing truth that can't be ignored. Wardley isn't just another contender climbing the ladder, he demands respect right now. His blend of skill, composure, charisma, and fight intelligence marks him as a genuine new force, one capable of shaking the heavyweight division and testing even the most seasoned champions when it matters most.
Gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, I cannot explain it to you in a way you understand. You can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where it's due. Yeah? He is that guy.
Oladipo captures the Wardley vs. Fury matchup with chilling accuracy, framing it as a collision loaded with opportunity and consequence. For Wardley, this fight is a gateway to legitimacy, a chance to carve his name into the top tier of the heavyweight division. For Fury, it's a colossal payday, lucrative and loud, yet arguably detached from legacy. Oladipo makes it clear this isn't a low-risk spectacle, it's high stakes across every dimension. Money, pride, relevance, and the power to define careers all sit on the table. Wardley arrives hungry, focused, and ready to seize the moment. Fury stands in the spotlight, but that glare now carries scrutiny and pressure. This wouldn't be just another fight announcement, it would be a generational collision. Youth and momentum crashing into experience and ego. A fresher challenger testing an established champion who has everything to lose and little patience for disruption. The ripple effects would stretch far beyond a single night, reshaping narratives, rankings, and respect within the heavyweight hierarchy. Win or lose, this bout would redraw lines, elevate one man, and force the division to confront a shifting balance of power that could echo for years.
Wardley fight. I think that's a great fight. I think that's a big fight as well. Fabio Wardley would love to get that call. Tyson Fury, I mean, that's jackpot financially. He would love that call. For Fury, it's a chance of becoming a world champion again, which obviously isn't Fury's drive, but I mean, it's a chance to become.
Liam Goff offers a calm but unsettling strategic lens on the Fury dilemma, dissecting the danger beneath the surface. Looking back at Fury's battles with Usyk, he notes that Fury's timing, showboating flair, and ring intelligence cut both ways. Those same traits can betray him if he's even slightly diminished. If Fury is off his peak by just 10%, Wardley has the tools to exploit delayed reactions, exposed angles, and defensive lapses. Goff emphasizes that while Fury's experience is vast, it isn't invincible. Wardley's youth, raw power, and steady consistency transform him into a far more dangerous opponent than many are willing to admit. This isn't simply a skills matchup, it's a test of precision under pressure, stamina over rounds, and the ability to adapt in real time. Wardley doesn't need Fury to collapse, he only needs small openings, brief hesitations, moments of imbalance. Those moments can be converted into fight-ending chaos. That's what makes this scenario so tense. The heavyweight division can feel it tightening. Every movement, every exchange would matter. Fans shouldn't blink, because this isn't just another big fight on paper. It's the kind of matchup where tiny margins decide everything, where opportunity meets vulnerability, and where legacies could be rewritten in a single violent moment.
Very good at, like you look at the first Usyk fight, the first couple of rounds that Usyk was clearly winning out, landing Tyson Fury. You'd so many people saying, oh, Fury won like round one, where he didn't land anything. And he got hit a couple of times because of the showboat. And he didn't do as much of that in the rematch, interestingly enough, with Alexander Usyk. But he is very smart in there, Tyson Fury. And I keep saying, we need to really see what he looks like in his comeback fight before we can make any assessment or any judgments. If he's, say, 10% less of what he was in both Usyk fights, I still think that's enough to beat Fabio Wardley. I do. I'm not saying he wouldn't have his, hardships in that fight, certainly.
John Fury lays out a ruthless roadmap to the summit of the heavyweight division, making it clear that only a select few truly deserve a shot at Alexander Usyk, and Fabio Wardley stands firmly among them. In a division crowded with names, Tyson, Wardley, Ajit, Gabriel, John stresses that only the most prepared, disciplined, and driven fighters will survive the climb. He reminds everyone that when hungry young guns crash into established stars, chaos follows and certainty disappears. Wardley's blend of talent, concussive power, and relentless ambition separates him from the pack, marking him as a genuine contender rather than a passing name. A fight with Usyk isn't handed out, it's earned through results, resilience, and seizing moments when they appear. Nothing is promised, everything is contested. The door to the top is narrow and unforgiving, but Wardley is positioning himself to kick it open. The stage is quietly being set, the pressure is building, and the heavyweight division may be standing at the edge of a shift. If Wardley delivers when opportunity arrives, this won't just be another contender story, it could signal the rise of the division's next dominant force.